When this teen found a crate next to a dumpster, she was shocked by what she found inside. When teenager Savannah Minter found a crate next to an apartment complex's dumpster one Saturday night, she never could have imagined what was inside. However, what she did find left her stunned and on the verge of tears. You'll never guess what it was.
Before we begin, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos.
It was a warm July evening when 16-year-old Savannah dropped her good friend Ivy off at her apartments after a night of hanging out. While all seemed normal, an object caught Savannah's eye by the dumpster. Of course, being curious was in the teen's nature, so she parked next to the dumpster and noticed what seemed to be a cage. Even more curious, something was moving inside. We wonder what it could be. During an interview with FOX, Savannah admitted, "I freaked out. I was on the phone with one of my friends, and I was like, oh my gosh." Honestly, we can't blame her. We'd be shocked too if we say what she saw. In the crate that Savannah found were 5 small Chihuahuas. They were huddled together, crying out, and for the teenager, it was almost too much to handle. She began to weep, not understanding how someone could do something so cruel. Although she was no medical expert, Savannah could tell the dogs were not in good shape. Covered in fleas and ticks, they also seemed to have medical problems as well. She knew time was of the essence and they needed emergency attention quickly. The teenager refused to leave the dogs, so she did the only thing she could think of. She took them home. "I'm not gonna leave them here. It's night, and that's cruel," she explained. "So I put them in the back of my car, and I took them home." Since it was the weekend, Savannah had to rely on her family and friends to help take care of the 5 little ones. She did the best she could and finally took them to a local vet that Monday morning. It was then she learned even more disturbing news. According to the clinic, they had come to the conclusion the dogs had lived in a cage their entire lives. Therefore, Savannah made sure the poor babies received as much love as possible. She made it her mission to find all of the dogs new homes where they would be properly cared for. During this time, the mother of one of Savannah's friends had an excellent idea. She suggested that they use the Nextdoor app, which is a tool for local communities, to stay in touch. It was possible they could find homes for the dogs through there. Thinking it was worth a try, Savannah posted an advertisement for the 5 dogs on the app. Before long, she was updated with messages from people wanting to help in any way that they could. One of the mothers helping the teens had this to say to the local media: "We've gotten flooded with responses from people who now have fostered them or taken them for their forever homes," Jenny Perez revealed to FOX. According to Perez, the community was now raising money for one of the puppies who had a hernia. The poor little Chihuahua who had the hernia was named Emma, and she had been the worst off health-wise. Thankfully, she wouldn't have to go through the challenges and tribulations of recovery alone. A loving and caring married couple offered to provide the funds for Emma's treatment. Even better, they agreed to foster the dog until her health improved. Isn't it great to see a community come together for the common good? When all was said and done, Emma remained the only Chihuahua left without a forever home. The other 4 dogs were quickly adopted and adjusting to their new lives. Would Emma also find her happy ending? Thankfully, the other dogs finding their new homes put Savannah's mind at ease. One of the Chihuahuas had been diagnosed with a muscle disorder. Unable to walk properly, she was able to find a loving home and live a very happy life. Therefore, there was still a good chance Emma would find a home as well. Of course, this entire situation could have had a much darker ending if Savannah hadn't come along at the right time. For the teenager, she was just happy so many people in her community rallied together to find the dogs homes and help with their medical expenses. Despite the happy endings for the Chihuahuas, what led up to their harrowing circumstance continues to remain a mystery. The state of Texas has laws regarding abandoning animals. Unfortunately, whoever threw out these poor babies has still not been caught. Local law enforcement continues to review the case, and the hope is that someone might step forward with new information that might lead to an arrest. Until then, people are just happy the team and her friends stepped in when they did. Thankfully, these little puppies can now put their past behind them and look forward to a future of love, happiness, and treats. All thanks to one girl who decided to be curious and refused to leave the precious dogs behind.